Hello dear students, all of you welcome back in our another session of ethnobotany. Firstly, I introduced myself. I am Dr. Mukta Bhamre, Assistant Professor at Department of Botany, KTHM College, Nasik. Today, I am going to focus here the Unit 5. From that, the ethnobotany and legal aspect. It is from credit number first. We will focus here on topic biopiracy, intellectual property rights and traditional knowledge. Session agenda of today's lecture: introduction, the concept of biopiracy, the concept of intellectual property rights, example of biopiracy from India, criticism of biopiracy, protection of traditional knowledge and the traditional knowledge digital library. All these points we will cover here in our today's session. First, we here go through introduction. The India has a traditional knowledge hotspot because India having a different tribal communities. The tribal communities inhabited in a different geographical location, in a different tribal belts of the different region, and they specifically live within the forest belts. These tribal communities or indigenous people, they have a direct contact with the nature for getting their various resources. Means they depends on a forest for getting or the fulfill of their daily needs. Means they depends on the forest for getting or as a source of medicine, as a source of food, as a source of fodder, as a source of fiber, as a source of natural dyes, as a source of timber, etc. Means these tribal communities or indigenous people, they have a very much closer towards the nature or the surrounding environmental condition. And these tribal people, they have a traditional knowledge from ancient period of time. They have a treasure of the traditional knowledge. And the indigenous people of the world possesses an immense knowledge of their surrounding environments based on centuries of the living close to nature. So this traditional knowledge, so what is a traditional knowledge? Traditional knowledge, it is a nothing but the knowledge system held by the indigenous communities, often relating to their surrounding natural environments like as agricultural knowledge, scientific knowledge, technical knowledge, ecological knowledge and medicinal knowledge. See the expression of the folklore in the form of the music, then the dance, song, handcrafts, designs, stories, artwork, biodiversity conservation, food techniques. The traditional based knowledge, literacy work, then information and all the traditional based innovations means that tribal people, they always do something different. Means they invent something new on the basis of trial and error practices. The healing knowledges, for example, aspirin. The aspirin, it is derived from the salicylic acid discovered in the mid-dose wheat. Then the saliva of the vampire bat of the South America opens the clogged arteries faster. Means they develop their own knowledge according to the means they apply that plants as a source of medicine. Means they apply the variety of plants and then they got the success. Means they always do something different. Means they have innovations. Then this it is a practical common sense based on teaching and experience passed from one generation to the next generation. Means within the tribal communities or that indigenous people within their societies, the some peoples they worked as a Vaidus or called the Vaid. And these Vaid or Vaidus, they have a lot of knowledge of the traditional medicine. And these traditional medicinal knowledge, they were passed from one generation to the next generation as it is. So it is a knowing the country, it's cover the knowledge of the environment, then snow, then ice, weather, resources, and the relationship between these things. Means that they have also the direct interrelationship between the surrounding environment, means they knows everything about the natural conditions. Then as the elder dies, the full richness of the traditional knowledge is diminished or vanished, because some it has not been passed on, and so it is lost. So this traditional knowledge, for example, the Vaidus, they have a wide range of the traditional knowledge, but that Vaidus, okay, they pass pass that knowledge towards her son or daughter, etc. Means or any other person they joined as an apprentice. So, but sometime happened it that the Vaidus, if accidentally dies, and then whatever traditional that person have, it is lost or it is exploited. So, see, that means here the passage of this traditional knowledge from one generation to the next generation, it is a most important, and that's why here the documentation of traditional knowledge is a necessary. Then the key characters of traditional knowledge. So the traditional knowledge are preserved and transmitted in the traditional context from the generation to generation from ancient period of time. So here the pertain to the particular traditional or the indigenous people or communities. Means the each and every community, for example, Thakkar, they have a different traditional knowledge, then Bhilla, they have a different traditional knowledge, then Katkari have a different traditional knowledge, Mahadev Kodi have a different traditional knowledge. Means each and every community, they have a different traditional knowledge. And here in India, there is a variety of tribal communities, and they have a diverse, or they shows the diversity in their traditional knowledges. So the traditional knowledge are not static, but it is a rather evolve as a countries, that is a community's response to the challenges and the needs. Means this traditional knowledge developed on the basis of the need and on the basis of the challenges. So this traditional knowledge are collectively or it is in the form of individual inner nature. Means this traditional knowledge, it is a collective knowledge. Means we says that we specifically we will study the different tribal communities, and then we gather the knowledge. It is called the collective knowledge. Or just we will select only one community, like that we select only the Bhil tribal community, and then we gather the knowledge about the Bhil community. Means their total means life-based practices, livelihood, all these things include. And then it is called this traditional knowledge about the individual Bhil community. Then see, about the 370 millions indigenous people and tribal people all around the world are the real custodian and holders of the traditional knowledge. Up to 80% of the world population depends on the traditional medicines for the primary health care. I'm already told that these tribal people or indigenous people, they directly depends on the forest product. Means specifically the medicine. They use the medicinal plant to cure the primary diseases or the primary health cares. So this knowledge is indispensable for the poorest segment of the society. Traditional knowledge also prevalent land and soil degradation, than fisheries depletion, biodiversity erosion, and deforestation. So the India, it is a biological diversity hotspot. Here the biodiversity. Biodiversity, it is a nothing but, it is a refer to all the sorts of the variability occurring in all the biological forms available on the earth's surface. Means it include the animals, plants, birds, insect and microbes. So there is approximately 90% of the world biodiversity. It is connected in a tropical and subtropical region with the developing countries, and specifically in Brazil, Mexico, India, Australia, Indonesia, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And estimated the 90% of the world biodiversity lies within the territories of the indigenous peoples. Around the 583 plant species are reported to be cultivated in India. Around the 334 species wild relative of the crop species found in India. The country ranked 10th among the plant-rich nation of the world and the 4th among the countries of Asia, and the rank 7 in the plant diversity. So India ranked 10th in the endemic higher vertebrates found in our country, and India has a 7th of the world mangroves. Means we have a different species of mangroves at the coastline forest regions. 90% of the medicinal product being used in India are the plant-based product as a medicines. Then the next year, the research based on the biodiversity on a top nowadays, because see everyone they wants the means everyone they demand the medicinal plant. So here the basic reasons behind that demand of the medicinal plant is increases. We well family means we already well familiar with one example, that is a COVID-19. And during this pandemic, we specifically focus on, or we specifically concentrate on our health, and we taken the different kadhas, and that kadhas it is a specifically based on Unani medicine system or Ayurveda, and within that we use the different plants material, and from that medicinal plant like as a gulwel kadha, then Tinospora kadha, then the kadhas of the different spices, then kadhas of the ginger, and then see these kadhas they specifically boost our immune system. Means the demand of the medicinal plant is increases in this pandemic situation. So the rising appreciation of the natural product. So see in the market there is a means hybrids vegetables and the hybrids seed grains are there, and everyone is a hybrid, and whatever a hybrid is there, and within that there is a due to the various agricultural practices there is a spraying of the pesticides, various chemicals, and it is a very hazardous to our body system. That's why each and every person they're very aware about this, and they want the natural products. Means natural products we say is the organic farming, okay, organic products specifically prefer the peoples. So these organic products or natural products it is being non-toxic, because the various products they also shows their toxic effect or adverse effect on the body system. See this natural product they do not show any side effects. It is a very safe and easily available, and it is available in affordable prices. Then acts as an important input into the into many modern industries like as a pharmaceutical industries, cosmetics, and the agri businesses. They also want the natural products. Then mainly the traditional knowledge based on the biological resources is threatened by biopiracy. Means it is a theft of the biological resources. Means whatever resources available within the nature, and these natural products they are theft, okay, and means the various that pharmaceutical companies and cosmetic companies they use or they exploit this traditional knowledge or traditional means that plant medicinal plant from their natural surrounding, and big it is a multi national companies and pharmaceutical companies, okay. Then it is a major threats of this traditional knowledge due to these companies, and they specifically theft of these biological resources for getting the extra income or for enhance their economy. See, what is a biopiracy? So what is the concept of the biopiracy? A situation where indigenous knowledge of the nature originated with the indigenous people is used by the other for the profit without the permission from and with little, or there is no compensation or the recognition to the indigenous people themselves. Means whatever traditional knowledge um, have the different communities, then these pharmaceutical companies, cosmetic companies, or various business agri companies, okay, they use this traditional knowledge for their profit, and they do not take the prior permission to that indigenous people, or they do not share their profit to that indigenous people themselves, okay. So here the developed countries are exploiting the developing countries genetic resources and indigenous communities traditional knowledge in the name of the patent on the innovation derived from those genetic resources. So here the patent filed by the different industries, pharmaceutical, cosmetics, medicines industries, they filed the patent, and these patent they were filed on the traditional knowledge already available in a public domain, specifically in a that tribal communities. They use that knowledge and they file the patent for their benefits. Then this is a lead to biopiracy. Means they file the patent, okay, they commercialize that product, okay, with the help of that patent, or they claim that product it is invented by that company, but that knowledge it is already available, already present in the public domain from ancient period of time, and this lead to biopiracy. Then the biopiracy operates through the unfair application of the patent to genetic resources and traditional knowledge. So biopiracy is the theft or here use here eruptions of the genetic material or exploitation of the genetic material, especially the plants and other biological materials by the patent process. So example here the use of the indigenous knowledge of the medicinal plant for patenting by the medicinal companies without recognizing the fact that the knowledge is now not new, means it is already available, it is in the public domain, or it is invented by the patenter, means that knowledge is already present from ancient period of time. All the tribal communities are known that knowledge, but that patenter they cannot recognize or that knowledge, okay, and means that patenter give the credit, means they take all the credits of that knowledge herself, okay, or himself. Then here thereby the piracy deprives the indigenous community to right to commercial exploitation of the technology that they themselves have developed. So threat the posed by biopiracy here that the knowledge and or the genetic resources belonging to a region specific, community specific, or the country specific is stolen or the claim as one own, and that the use of this knowledge or the genetic resources in the area of the origin or the traditional use may be hampered, that the patent holder will unfairly profit from the patent, and that the patent claim and award illegally and unethically is bound to disturb and establish a system somewhere in the world. So the effect of biopiracy causes the depletion of biodiversity. Here the see means here the biopiracy means there is a exploitation of the natural resources. by various industries, companies, okay, for they use these natural genetic resources for production of different products. Then this causes the depletion of biodiversity. Here some examples are there. Asia used to have more than 1 lakh varieties of rice in 20 centuries. But now it is less than a dozen are planted in 70% of the land being cultivated of the rice, and India the 30,000 species, and now only there is a 10 varieties were cultivated. Then Sri Lanka 2000 varieties, and now only 5 varieties are cultivated. The depletion in the wild diversity decreases the interaction of beneficial wildlife pathogen to human. Means see that the Asian countries, they have a very huge genetic resources or wild land resources. Okay, land races are there, or the wild varieties are there, but nowadays there is over exploitation. Then all these different varieties, wild varieties, or we say the Gauran varieties, Gauti varieties, they vanished, okay, and only the fewer are remaining. So the depletion of the wild diversity, it is goes to decreases day by day due to the exploitation of the natural resources from the surrounding. So it is a loss of biodiversity, it is an irreversible process, because the loss of the gene, if there is some variety get lost, or any land races or any wild variety is lost, that means it is a complete loss of the gene from that ecosystem or from that surrounding. And this loss of the biodiversity, it is an irreversible process, okay. And the biodiversity provides the various goods that is the best, it is a bread and butter for the large community population. Bread and butter means they fulfill the basic need, okay, biodiversity. Then the intellectual property right. Next, I'm focusing here the intellectual property rights. So before that, firstly the question is arises, what is the intellectual property rights? So the intellectual property rights, it is a refer to creation of the mind, such as any new invention, okay, then literacy and the artistic work, designs, then the invention of the new symbol, construction of the new symbol, then names and image used in a commerce field. So intellectual property right, it is a protect in a law by, for example, here the patent, then copyright, trademark, industrial designs, geographical location, and trade secret, which enable people to earn the recognition or the financial benefit from what they invent or what they create. So by striking the right balance between the interest of innovators and the wider public interest, then intellectual property rights system aim to foster an environment in which the creativity and innovation can flourish. So the next, I'm focusing here the types of intellectual properties. So in which the intellectual property covers the patent, then the copyright, trademark, trade secret, and geographical location. Then here the first, the patent. What is a patent? An intellectual property right granted by the government of nation to an inventor that gives him or her the exclusive right to the invention for up to 20 years in the exchange for disclosing the details of the new technology to society for its ultimate benefit. It is a patent. Then here the copyrights, an intellectual property right granted by a government to the author of an original literacy, dramatic, then musical artist, or the other eligible creative work. Then trademark, an intellectual property right granted by a government to an individual, business, or the legal entity that creates and use as a distinctive word, name, then symbol, or the device to distinguish its product or the services from those from any other entity in the marketplace. Then the intellectual property type, there is a trade secret. The trade secret, it is nothing but a law that required that the intellectual property to be protected. It is not open to the publicly. Then intellectual property rights are the right given to the person over the creation of their minds. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his and her creation for the certain period of time. All these four types, they comes under the intellectual property. So the example of biopiracy, it is a very important and interesting topic. So the recent cases of the biopiracy, the first case, here the case study of the neem patent. So the neem, botanical name of the neem, it is Azadirachta indica. This plant, it is belonging to the family Meliaceae. This is the plant, it is a deciduous plant of the forest. And see, the Azadirachta indica, the species name, it's indicate that this plant, it is a native from our country. Means it is originated from India. So this is the tree and having a compound leaves and a highly branched tree, larger tree. And this neem tree that leaves, it contain the variety of phytochemicals, and these phytochemicals, they have several uses. So these uses we knows, or the ancient we knows from the ancient period of time, or the various tribal or indigenous people use the neem plant for various practices. Means they use the neem as a medicine. Okay, the neem, it is a used as a fungicide. Neem, it is a used as repel the different pests, insects, okay, etc. So this neem, the product based on this neem plant, here the patent for the neem was first filed by the W.R. Grace and the Department of Agriculture, USA, in European Patent Office. Then the said patent is a method of the controlling the fungi on a plant comprises of contacting the fungi with a neem oil formulation. A legal opposition has been filed by the India against the grant of this patent. See, this neem patent was granted, but the India opposed that patent. A legal opposition carried out by India against that patent. Because the Indian traditional system, or Indian traditional knowledge, Indian herbal medicine traditional knowledge already knows all these things, or it is that whatever information patented or got the patent on whatever formulation, that formulation already used in our country from ancient period of time, and these composition, it is also knows to already knows to public domain. There is nothing is a new invention behind that, and that's why the India fight against that the neem patent. Then the legal opposition to the patent was lodged by the New Delhi-based Research Foundation for Science, Technology and Ecology in cooperation with the International Federation of Organic Agricultural Movement and the Magda Avalant, a former Green member of the European Parliament. A tree, there is a legendary to India, from its root to its spreading ground, and the neem tree contains the number of phytochemical compound, bioactive compound that present within the seed, okay, and that active principle present within the neem seed, it is called the azadirachtin. And this azadirachtin, it is having a different biological activities. It is used as an astringent in so many fields. The bark, leaves, flower and the seed of the neem tree used to treat the variety of diseases ranging from the leprosy to diabetes, skin disorders and ulcers. So the neem twig are used as an antiseptic toothbrush like uses. It is since time immemorial, means it is from ancient period of time. The neem twig, it is used as to brush like, means due to their antiseptic properties. So the opportunity, see there is a opponent submitted the evidence of the ancient Indian Ayurveda texts that have described the hydrophobic extract of the neem seeds were known and of used for the centuries in the India, both in the curing the dermatological skin diseases in the human, and it's also protecting the agricultural plant from fungal infection and insects. So these European patent office identify the lack of novelty, means that patent of the name, that nothing there is new, because whatever they filed the patent composition or whatever claimed that patent, that knowledge, it is already available in Indian Ayurveda or Indian traditional medicine system. So this patent, that European patent office identify there is nothing is a new, nothing is invention, okay, and due to the lack of novelty, then inventive step and the possible from a relevant prior art, and the revoke that patent or they cancel that patent. Then the another case study, there is a case study of the curcuma. So the curcuma, it is a Marathi, we call the turmeric halad, okay. So the turmeric or halad, it is a belonging to the family Zingiberraceae, okay, curcuma longa, botanical name, and it is a monocot plant, and these curcuma, they have a different medicinal properties. So the turmeric is a tropical herb grown in East India. Turmeric powder is widely used in India as a medicine, as a food ingredient. So this turmeric powder, we says ajibaicha batwa. Okay, within that batwa, the turmeric, it is having a princess like role, because that turmeric, okay, means having a wound healing property, it's having an antiseptic property, it's that due to that, okay, or it is a cure the different diseases, and that's why these turmeric having a prime position, okay, prime position in our traditional medicine system. So these turmeric in our daily cooking practices, okay, we use the turmeric powder. Then for instance, it is a use as a blood purifier in treating the common cold. Then and as an anti-parasitic activity for many skin diseases, infection. It is also used as an essential ingredient in a cooking many Indian dishes. Then this turmeric, it is a means it is having a different uses. So in our traditional that festivals, okay, or in Hindus, okay, there is a marriage ceremony. There is one of the most important ceremony. It is a haldi program or haldi function. Means before the marriage, here entire body on entire body surface or skin surface apply the paste of the natural haldi or turmeric, okay, means it is specifically for the cleaning or there is a disinfectant the body parts. Then the next, there is a in 1995 the United States awarded the patent on a turmeric to University of Mississippi Medical Center for the wound healing property. Means in a Mississippi Medical Center, they applied for or they filed the patent on the turmeric. They shows the wound healing properties. So the claim subject matter was a use the turmeric powder and its administration both oral as well as the topic for wound healing. So and exclusive right has been granted to sell and distribute. So these kukurma or turmeric based product, they sold and distribute on the market, but this patent was filed, but later on the Indian Council of Scientific Research and the Industrial Research, means CSIR, the Indian Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, um, um, opposed against this patent, okay, has objected to the patent granted and provide the documents, evidences of the prior art to that USPTO, that is a USA European Patent Office, and through it was well known fact that the uses of the turmeric was known in every household since the age in the India, and it was the Herculean task to find the published information on the use of the turmeric powder through oral as well as the topic route for wound healing. Means the CSIR said that means there is a nothing is a new, means the wound healing property already known, already known to public domain in a various Indian tribal communities or in a Indian Ayurveda's medicine system. Means the see when we work in the kitchen, okay, if sudden there is a cutting means sudden there is a cutting is there, then we immediate apply the turmeric powder on that cutting or that wound, okay. Means we knows that, okay, turmeric they have the wound healing property from ancient period of time, okay. There is nothing is new, there is nothing innovative, okay. Whatever information um, information whatever information or whatever patent filed by that Mississippi University, okay, that is nothing is new, it is already known to each and every segment of the public domain, okay. And then the CSIR object taken the objection and the revoke that patent. Then due to the extensively researcher, then the 32 references were located in a different languages. Means CSIR searched for the various references, because the reference is the most important thing for patent, okay. So give the proof or give the evidences in the form of 32 references. We are located in a different languages, namely the Sanskrit. Within the Sanskrit, there is also given the uses of the turmeric from ancient period of time, okay. Then Urdu, Unani medicine, and Hindi. So therefore, the US Patent Office revoked the patent, stating that the claim made in the patent were obvious and anti clipated, and the agreeing that the use of the turmeric was an old art of the healing the wound, and it is known to the Indian tribal peoples, or it is known to the Indian public domain from ancient period of time. So therefore, the traditional knowledge that belonging to the India was safeguarded in a turmeric case. Means see we have the very huge knowledge about the traditional medicine. And nowadays what happened, so various that industries, pharmaceutical industries, then cosmetic industries, agri-business industries, okay, they use that natural genetic resources, okay, or whatever information already available in the public domain, they use that information, and based on that information they make some formulations, and the file the patent. And then if the patent is granted, then they use that natural genetic resources as they are improving the commerce, or it is a commercial applications of that product. Means here the criticism of the biopiracy, so unfair, unethical, and the threat to the existence of indigenous cultures. So the companies that take the genetic resources from the indigenous communities and develop the product based on that knowledge and having the patent on it, if the each and every resources whatever available surrounding to the tribal communities or indigenous people, and each and every product they file the patent, they having the patent, then nothing is a free, okay. Means each and every having a commercial, means nothing there is a free, and that natural resources it is a free from each and every part of the community. But for getting the means their own benefits, okay, the various that means various that superior communities or various that industrial sector they develop the different patterns or file the different patents for their own benefits. And they ignore the tribals or indigenous people. They do not use any benefit or any recognition to that tribal peoples. So the indigenous community are so barred from using or the exploiting their biological resources and traditional knowledge that they have developed eventually causes the traditional knowledge to become extinct. Means that indigenous people, okay, means due to the over exploitation of the genetic resources surrounding to that indigenous people, then that indigenous people they do not get anything from the nature. Means each and every that natural products or natural resources already patented. Then next, why do we need to protect the traditional knowledge? Because here the legal recognition of the rights of the holder of the traditional knowledge, who are mainly the tribal and the indigenous communities or the people of India, is the need of the hour. So the indigenous and the tribal people who is conserving the biodiversity by adopting the sustainable methods deserves to be recognized and the compensated the goes without saying. So the tribals, they specifically playing a very vital role to conserve the biodiversity. In the previous lectures, previous session, we already seen that the various ethnic groups, okay, they conserve the biodiversity in the form of the source of medicine, fodder, food, natural dyes, gum, mucilage, resins, okay, and they also have the religious there is a festivals are there, and they also worships of different plants and animals. Means they plays a very important role in the conservation of biodiversity. So we need to sensitize the people on these issues, as the public awareness about the traditional knowledge is a very low. So the India was the first to raise the fundamental issues at the World Intellectual Property Rights Organization. Means that neem case, okay, then that turmeric case, basmati rice case, okay. So here, as to why the traditional knowledge based system should not be treated at a par with the industry based system, and until and unless the very own traditional knowledge of our is protected in the country, world have to fight for the patent. Fight for the patent claims by the other countries, as in the case of the haldi, neem and basmati. Means we have that knowledge from ancient period of time, but another countries taken the benefits of our product or our knowledge, okay, and they file the patent. So that's why here the need to protect our traditional knowledge. Means the another countries or another any organization, they cannot file the patent based on our traditional knowledge system. So to avoid the misuse or misuse of our traditional knowledge, or to protect our traditional knowledge, then one concept is emerge out, and that concept, it is nothing but the formation of or the organization of the traditional knowledge digital library. So this traditional knowledge digital library construct by the leading role taken by the CSIR along with the Ayush, then health department, then uh, yoga and naturopathy department, the various Unani medicine system organization, all these are come together and they develop this traditional knowledge digital library to prevent the misuse of our ancient traditional knowledge, or for the protection of our knowledge. So a tool for prevention of the misappropriation of traditional knowledge. So the traditional knowledge digital library records our age old traditional knowledge. Then the traditional knowledge digital library contain more than 2.60 lakh formulation from the text of traditional medicine system of India, and which is Ayurveda, Unani, and the Siddha medicine practice based formulations. Then the library gives the access to non-patent literature database on traditional knowledge of India. The TKDL covers in Indian system of the medicine, example or namely the Ayurveda medicine system, Unani medicine system, Siddhas and Yoga available in a public domain. So here the abstraction is done by the subject expert, and the database will provide information on modern as well as the local name in the languages, and the format understandable to patent examiner. Means, see, whatever means database available in this library, that database it is available to each and every one in the world, okay, public domain. And see, this is also help to the patent offices to means know that the information is already available in public domain or not, means it is an innovation or it is a new concept or not. Then that act as a bridge between the formulation existing in the local languages and a patent examiner at the global level. The fusion of countries' traditional knowledge with the modern sciences. Then a tool of the here means that there is this library collected the information on traditional knowledge from the literature existing in the local languages. Means that information available in a Sanskrit language, Urdu, Arabic, Persian and Tamil in a digital format. Then this information will available in a 5 international languages like as English, German, Spanish, French and Japanese. So it will be mandatory for patent examiner to refer to this database before granting the patent now. And this is a very useful, and through this traditional knowledge digital library, it's a help to protect our traditional knowledge. Then here means a tool for preventing the traditional knowledge. This data means whatever information available on this database, it is a very useful for the public domain also. Then the success story of the traditional knowledge digital library. So after the constructed this library, then it's having a success story, means how many patent revoke from getting the reference from this TKDL, and how it is a benefited to us. So the Unilever, it is a Unilever company in the Netherlands, have withdrawn their patent application EP 1607006 for the functional berries composition dated of the 4th August 2009 after submission of the TKDL prior arts evidence. Then another example, there is a Johnson Biomedicine company, it is located in Shanghai, Co-Limited, China, have withdrawn their patent application number EP 1889638 for medicaments and the food for treatment or prevention of obesity and or the diabetes containing the Caesar erythrumum extract. Then another example, the Industrial Research Limited and the Ostago Innovation Limited, New Zealand, have withdrawn their patent application number EP 1750809 citrus fruit skin extract for angiogenesis promotion based on the TKDL evidences. Then another example, the Amcod Limited, Mombasa, Kenya, have withdrawn their application number EP 1807098 for herbal composition for the treatment of diabetes. Then another examples like as a GW Pharma Limited, Proton Down Sciences Park, Salisbury, Wiltshire. It is have withdrawn their application for the therapeutic uses of the cannabidiol. Then Nestec SA Avenue, Nestle from Switzerland, They have withdrawn their application for green tea extract for improving the bio availability. Then EP 184947 relating Chinese traditional medicine composition for the treatment of avian influenza or the bird flu has been refused claim on the use of the Kalamegha and here the mint, okay, Andrographa pudina mint for the treatment of the avian influenza. So these are the some example, means it is protected by the traditional medicine digital library, means whatever information provide or whatever means patent file, that patent revoke or they means revoke that patent or uh, they withdraws their application from the patent office, because we have means already means knowledge about the traditional medicine. Then see on the today's session, the section that questions are arises, that questions are given in a student assignment section. First, what is a traditional knowledge? Second, explain the concept of biopiracy with a suitable example. Explain the concept of intellectual property rights. And list the types of intellectual properties, and what is a traditional knowledge digital library. So these are some question arises on this session.